This is a small video from a long video. Enjoy.
Right, let's go back to the tiger a little bit. I think what we could do, attack this area, get it more done. So it's like we're moving upwards. Then I always start with the easy ones. The easy ones is the black. The black is pretty straightforward. You dip into the black and do the black. The way we're going to do black is I'm going to take my machine and I'll take 11 mag. Because 11, see, it's big enough to literally fit inside. If you go for a bigger needle, it's doable. But then you have to like tilt mag sideways like this to get in there. It's easier if you have a mag what's that size, and I can demonstrate you quickly. Where see if you put a little bit cream and you can go like this up and down, and see it just fills up really nice. As always, we do little strokes, and as you can see, those strokes are really next to each other. And that's what we do. We just go back and forwards, back and forwards, back and forwards. And kind of our job is to make ends uneven, as in like this end and that even, that side. They shouldn't be even, they shouldn't be clean, sculpted. They need to be hairy, they need to have that hairier look. And just like this, we go up, down, up, down, up, down. And now we can take the mag, tilt from here to a little bit sideways like this. So you only need to do the corner of the corner, and then we can do like this, some little simple small strokes. You can see in reference photo that this little section there is also in black color, which means we do exactly the same. And it's important to keep the mag in the same direction as the hair grows, and by us swinging back and forward, back and forward, back and forwards, we just create the texture just like that without even hardly trying. But when you do the stroke, when you pull the stroke, as always, we go as deep as you would be lining. You don't go more shallow or not as deep. You physically need to go as deep as you would be lining that on someone's arm, because only the ink only gonna stay if it's deep enough. And there's that one area in the skin where it is deep enough, and we always need to go to there. If we keep any more shallow than that, you'll just drop out. Easy as that. See, just boom, 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 boom. You can do like little commas. You can swing back and forwards like this, or you can just do this. Both ways will work. I tend to always do the blacks first. It kind of gives me an idea. Plus, it's done. Like done. I can switch to a different color, different area. Once the black is done, the black is done. And then what else we can do later on is get a liner and do some like extra strokes just on purpose to make it more hairy, as in like pull like one out like that, and then maybe make one longer here, just extras, so it looks more and more and more hairy than it does, because that's just the way nature is. So underneath the eye, see when they grow that way, I hold my mag and I swing it that way. And if we do strokes like that right next to each other, we get the area done. Plus it looks detailed, it looks done. If we go deep enough, it's gonna be solid in first go. It shouldn't be bleeding, shouldn't be pushing any blood out. It's only the areas you don't do enough black, which then have empty holes, and then they make the body bleed or make your client bleed. So when clients are bleeding, a lot of times it's us who make them bleed. There are times when those are clients. Some people are just bleeders, they just bleed. There's nothing they can do, there's nothing you can do. But majority of the time, it is the two artists what makes people bleed. One, they don't know that. Second is they would not admit that. They would say, oh, it's just my client, it's just his race, it's just anything. They are okay to blame anything as long as they don't get blamed. So I just switched to a 3-liner so I can get into the really small details. So we can do the eyeball, well, the black in the eye like that. Then we have this corner where it starts to go into here. I like to do small little ovals like that, just so I can get it done. That's it. We don't do any more. It's easy when you do small little ovals. And then the bottom section here is not really black. So I'm dipping into lighting, and I'm gonna get that done with the light. So it's darker, but it's not purely black. And it's more like a dotsy kind of look. So I'm gonna do little dots like that. Just boom, 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 poking little dots. Then this kind of splits on half. Then we have a darker section here again, just little bubbles and dots, more dots in here. And then here we can just indicate there's little small hair like that. And you just line as the hair grows. You can overlap them as the hair would naturally overlap each other. The strokes would overlap each other again. So if anything, it will just look more natural. Then this section here is white. Always underneath the eye, they have a white section. But just after that, he does have some black spots, which then we take a black and we do little black spots. And what I like to do is like this, where I'm making little commas and little spotty dotty movements, so it doesn't look like it's been sculpted. It's like fake, a toy. I like when animals actually look like animals, and therefore you have to make it messy, make it unclean. It's a clean mess, it's a guided mess, but it's a messy mess. It can't be too polished, yeah? It has to be unevenly even. So we have this. I can see some like more longer strokes would go inside, so you can line for the black into the white, and that's gonna make it look like the white goes over the black, like that. And then this gets a little bit longer. It goes up to there. So again, I just do a little dotty kind of finalizing. And then what we have left is this section here where I'm gonna dip into the black. And to make it like texture, all I do is just wobble. I found that's like the easiest way to...
If you want to see the full video, the link is in the description. You'll take in the school's account. There's all you need to know. We have videos about lining, shading, coloring, everything you need to know. And the more we do, the more we are going towards the business aspect as well.